Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Live from beautiful Udaipur in Rajasthan, India. This is Wisdom of the Sages, a daily yoga podcast with your host, Raghunath, and co-host and senior educator at the Bhakti Center, who is live in Mayapur, Kaustubh Das. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to India. Welcome to beautiful Udaipur. Howdy, Bo. I'm here live with the crew. If you could see how beautiful this city is and how beautiful our view is right now. We're looking out at one of the lakes here in Udaipur, which is a beautiful forted city.
Very romantic city, Raga.
Very romantic, very romantic.
Yeah.
And you know, there's been some serious wars fought around here, that's for sure.
Excuse me?
We're having like a great day today. I can't explain it, but you can't just get bhakti. You can't study and get bhakti or work. You gotta be gifted bhakti. And today, I feel like the locals have gifted us bhakti.
Aww.
I mean, we were just watching the women and the men dance, losing their minds, and we were just like, we were so happy watching them. It was such an incredible experience. Everyone's just sort of like getting their drinks and they can't even respond. But Mara, say something, please.
So you can have your drink.
Well, no, because so someone else can talk. Because there's no
amazing.
reaction by anybody.
Sorry.
It
Was an amazing morning. It was like the perfect kickoff to pilgrimage of just like so many enthusiastic people, such a spiritual energy in the temple this morning.
Raghunath, you look like Raghunath. You look like a Rajasthani camel sucking that. You're like you're filling up a hump over there.
I am. My hump is deflated. I gotta fill it up with a few gallons of this lemon soda. But yeah, the Jagdish Mandir. If you ever get a chance to come to Udaipur,
that's
the
Jagdish, so cool.
It is so cool, and the
temple
stairs itself, it's so well. And it just made me realize, if you want bhakti, you come to Rajasthan. All these people are imbued with bhakti. They're so passionate about the deity, so passionate about singing the songs. There's ordinary people that just live in the town, walk in all day long and spill their hearts to the deity. And for people who are new to it, it's just like, it's such a game changer.
You know,
that being said, how are you?
Good. I was just thinking the only time I went to Udaipur, you know, we arrived there and Gita Priya, my wife and I, we were trying to figure out where can we eat here? Like we wanted to eat like not in a restaurant, but if there was a temple that we could eat at or some brahmanas that cook or something like that. And we stopped someone in the street and they said, "Oh, we'll take care of everything."
We'll take care of everything.
We'll take care of everything. And they just invited us to their house and they cook for us every day. You know.
What? You don't get that type of treatment in on the Upper East Side, do you?
No, you don't.
Where can I eat around here where Brahmins can cook for me?
We will take care.
We'll take care of
we're having a great time here too, Raghunath. We arranged a special full-on feast today. Everyone came over. We had a nice feast. Then we read Chaitanya Bhagavat together, and it was beautiful. And then we
there's nothing better than going to Mayapur and reading the Chaitanya Bhagavat and the Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Man. Oh, but there's some sad news we have to talk about, right? Should we talk about that?
Yeah, sad news. One of the original OG Super Soul Sacred Sangha, before we were in Wisdom of the Sages. Matter of fact, he's a person that sort of prompted us. He was in an incredible band that Kaustubh and myself really liked called Antidote. And he's in a very bad situation, a critical situation in the hospital. I think they called it medically induced coma.
We read that at one place, but then there's been very little details that we've gotten so far. What we've heard is that he's in a coma. One report said it was medically induced, and others said that it wasn't. I don't know. I guess we'll find out what's true and what's not. But we've heard, he had one of his latest hobbies was riding around on these electric bikes, but they look almost like dirt bikes, so like motorcycles.
Yeah.
And apparently, maybe someone mugged him before that bike, and they beat him so severely that he was hospitalized and in a coma.
So
So this is really heartbreaking.
this is
for us 'cause
Bhakta Louie.
we
A
love
lot of you guys know him from the show. He was a daily Zoomer for a long
until
time.
just very recently.
So very recently. But our prayers, we prayed for him at there's a Bunky Bihari temple here. We prayed for him this morning, and more prayers for the whole Wisdom of the Sages community going out to Bhakta Louie, who's one of the Genesis seeds in the hardcore scene, sort of waving the Krishna conscious flag back then when no one even knew what it was. And
Louis is as old school as it gets. He goes way back, and he was one of these real kind of scenester guys in downtown New York. He had his kind of hands in everything down there. But you're right. He started a band called Antidote, which was the first band to put out kind of, there was a Krishna conscious element to that band, and right from the beginning. So his connection to the devotees goes back before you and I. And
we're on the
he's
cup.
been a friend. When I was 15 years old, he was probably like 20, 21 in that scene, and I've known him since then. And as details come out, maybe some of us can visit him. Maybe some of us can help him. Maybe his dogs need some care. Maybe help his family in some way, or just spend time. Let's see what happens. But maybe you could write to us at wisdomofthesages108@gmail.com he lives in Jersey City, so if you would like to try to help in any way, you can let us know. And as we get details, we'll reach out. But our love, our prayers to Louis, to his family. It's really a heartbreaker.
So we were going to continue with the Bhagavatam, but we wanted to have a brief meet the pilgrims, just to introduce you to see people from our community quickly, and just not give you their whole bio or anything. Just share their experience and bring some people forward. And we're going to start off with Kristen Ryder. Hi, Bo.
Oh,
come on down, Kristen. Kristen's from upstate New York, not far from us. She's a nurse, and I think this is your second pilgrimage you've been on. Third pilgrimage. Forgive me. Zip close.
Fourth.
What's your experience like? What are you going through? How's it going?
It's fantastic. It's wonderful, blissful. I love being with all the other devotees. It's so inspiring. This morning was incredible at Jagadish Temple. It's so good. I just love India.
He's just
love
a
being
natural
with
devotee.
Raghunath and
What touched your heart at Jagadish Temple today? What really just wowed you?
just seeing the devotees that come daily. It's just incredible. Just the fact that happens all day long, and that's just part of their daily routine. It's just it melts your heart. It really just softens your heart like Krishna's butter. It's beautiful. So
Thank you. You start to think what am I doing with my life? Why aren't I around the temple devotees all day long like this? It's just such a natural part of their life. Ryan, want to come on? Come on down. This is Ryan from North Carolina. And Ryan, I met at Super Soul Farm in September. He drove up from North Carolina.
Haribo.
Now you're sort of new to a lot of this stuff, right? Pretty much.
I feel like a baby, and just taking his first steps.
Ryan looks like he's from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, or something.
Some Indian guys asked me if I was a soldier a few minutes ago. So, but thank you, Kastuba, Raghu, Mara, and the whole family here. Because although I just connected in person in September at Chant Camp, been listening to the podcast since COVID started. So it's been transformative for sure. And just what you were saying, Raghu, just now, being at the Jagadish Temple, the devotion and bhakti celebration, it feels completely like a part of life. It's not like a separate occasion that you're going to. The guy that was leading a bunch of the songs was telling us, come back tonight. We're doing this 5 times. You can come back at 7. And we were like, oh, well, dinner maybe. He's like, oh, okay, we'll come back at 10. And just naming off all the times that we can return. And and just to share one other, that was such a highlight. And one other moment for me was in Varanasi. 2 days ago. After the morning satsang, I went down to just pray and chant a round of japa next to the river. Technically, possibly my first full round of japa. And was
Cheers to
sitting
you.
there. Thank you. And as I
lift
was
my
there, seeing the people there who just doing their morning routine of bathing in the Ganga. And so as I was sitting there, I was just called of like, okay, I have to do this too. So I bathed and swam in the Ganga, and it was just a magical morning. So
Wow.
things like this, yeah, we've just begun. So
And we've just begun. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you, Ryan. Harry Bull.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, something special going out to the Ganga first thing in the morning. The backdrop is filled with just Brahmins from all over offering prayers, women singing. It was like a whole transcendental festival at the Ganga in the morning time if you woke up before the sunrise. Whew. Brudge, want to come down? This is Braja, Sundari, Radha. I think
Oh,
I got
yeah.
those three names in the
Right.
appropriate order. You can interchange the names at any time. Brudge, how are you? How's pilgrimage going? What do you like? How's it going? Are you dealing with everybody well?
Am I?
Yeah, everybody being good to you.
Yeah, of course. Hi, Kasuva.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. Is that Narayani?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Everybody's all excited over here to see you.
Oh. So close but so far. I mean, this is my second time to India with Raghunath, and no
Only
one does
second?
it like this guy.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
no one does it like this guy, right? I mean, honestly, we were just at the Jagadish temple and we completely took over the temple, and they had no problem with it, And
They had a little trouble in Varkla, but other than that, that's another story.
No, but today it was really, they were just more than happy to see us sit down. We brought the harmonium and we
love it,
all
right?
chanted. Oh my God, they love it. And it was really like, you don't get that going to India on your own. These magical
No.
little, it's like that happens every day. You don't know what's going to happen. We were on the boat in Varanasi, having those kirtans, just like being on the Ganga and singing the Maha Mantra and other, glorifications of Krishna. And it's just like, it's just surreal, So, I mean, it's really awesome. I hope that all of you stay in my life, and I feel incredibly blessed to be here. Really.
Oh, good for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rush. We are all feeling blessed. We're all feeling really blessed today. We had a
Raghunath,
really
You got this bob that really connects with the North Indians there. It's like,
you know what?
you
I'm
start
a
doing
North
your
Indian
thing.
kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know, the people are so welcoming and so welcoming you into their life, and they love to
Now,
sing.
they take one
We
look
love
at
to
you
do
and like they're like,
kirtan.
oh yes, we can relate to this guy. It's like they connect with you.
All right. So, what else we got going, Mara? Anything interesting?
Yeah, I got some announcements I can make.
Oh yeah, tomorrow's show.
Yeah, tomorrow's show will be at the regular Saturday time, 8 a.m. Eastern time.
That's the Q&A.
Yep, Q&A. There'll be no show on Sunday.
Okay.
I'm not sure a schedule yet for next week.
We
and
got
I
tomorrow,
apologize.
don't we?
Yeah, we got tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then also Josh Kane's asana class, the Cult of Kane, for our Patreon members at 10:30 a.m. this morning, and Back to Recovery group meetings at 12:30 and 1.
Mara, I'm
And you
noticing.
can get the meeting codes at backtorecoverygroup.com.
Take a note of these new hoop earrings over here.
You like
Very
those?
stylish. Very stylish.
Thank you.
Are those an
Thank you.
Udaipur thing or Delhi?
No,
She hasn't spent a farthing, this woman. Trying to get her to spend some money. She won't spend anything. By the way, it's Catherine A's birthday. Big shout out to Catherine A.
Oh, Catherine,
Howdy,
birthday
bo.
queen. Cold plunge queen.
Everybody loves her here. Everybody loves her. Yeah, wherever
Okay,
she
you
goes.
ready?
But the Indians love her.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's
How could you not?
dive into the Srimad Bhagavatam.
Okay.
What do you say?
I'm down.
I had a Barnasi Bossy give me a Shalagram Sheila the other day because Steve would put it right in my hand. Says, "You take
Yeah.
this."
You take.
I was like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" Beautiful. Okay. Narayanam namaskrityanam chaivanarotamam devim saraswatim dyasam tojayom. Before we start in the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, what should offer respectful obeisances to the Supreme Lord Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and to Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta prayeshva bhadreshu nityam bhagava sevaya bhagavati uttama sloki bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. By regular attendance in classes in the Bhagavatam and by rendering service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome in the heart will become eradicated. In loving service to the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, will be established as an irrevocable fact. Om Jnana Timarandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Midatam Dena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my teachers are opening my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my obeisances at their lotus feet. Reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, chapter, I can't see anything. Chapter
8, I
8,
think.
text 16.
Yeah. Why don't we do a little recap?
All right.
Ready?
Yeah,
All
go.
right. So, we have something interesting happening here now, is that at the end of the last chapter, Indra, in fear that his position will be lost, position as king of the heaven, that he'll be overrun by his enemies, his armies will, be defeated. They've approached this priest named Visvarupa, and they asked him to be their priest and to give him some kind of mantra, something to chant that'll give him the power to be protected and to overcome his enemies. Right? You with me, Raghu? Yeah. Are you there? You gonna
Yeah,
talk?
I got you.
Okay, there you go.
I'm just trying to mute it because there's some background noise. I don't want to cut you off.
Don't worry about the background noise. No. I want you there, man. I feel
No,
all
I'm
alone.
I'm very present, Prabhu.
What's
I'm
that?
on it. I'm on it. I'm very present.
Okay. So they went and they asked Vishvarupa, who's this young Brahmin with a lot of Shakti. They say, we accept you as our guru and our director. And so by the power of your austerity, we may easily defeat the enemies who have conquered us.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vishvarupa responds, he says, you're all my superiors. And therefore, although doing this kind of karma kundik kind of stuff, this materialistic, using these mantras and so on for material purpose, to get something, to get power, that's not my thing, really. But because you're my superiors, therefore I cannot refuse you. So I agree to do it. I'll become your priest. And he said, and I shall fulfill your request. And he says this, I didn't catch this before, Raghunath, but I thought it was interesting. He said, I will fulfill your request by dedicating my life and possessions. It's this, we don't live like this today, like with such a deep faith in dharma. I'm going to do this. I'm going to sacrifice everything for you because I know it's the right thing to do. And whatever comes after that, I'll assume that because I'm being dharmic, it'll be good,
We don't even have the roadmap to even understand what that means,
Yeah.
We're like driving around without a GPS, running into things. We're driving around life like a bunch of drunk drivers, smashing into things, falling into pit holes, driving into rivers, like crashing into other cars. We don't even know which way is up.
Selfish and petty and stuff.
Well, we don't even when we try to do good, we don't understand. Well, what's the point of good? Like, I want to be a good guy. I want to be a family man. What's the point of that? I want to work hard, make some money. What's the point of that? What do I do with all this money? We don't even get where we're going with all our hard work. We don't even know why we're working so hard. And then we say, you know what? I'm working too hard. I got the real answer to life is to work less. And we figure out how to live simply or move to Nicaragua or wherever we're thinking of, like becoming an expat. And then what? and then we're just sort of living on less money, but what's it about? Okay, I live a little less stress, but what is the dropped pin on my maps of where I'm supposed to go? That's what we're missing out in culture. So not only are we not living like that, we don't even have the map.
I was thinking even the what I mentioned earlier was like I'm walking down the street in Udaipur and saying, hey, we're looking for a place where we could Brahmins cook. Oh, come to my home and I'll cook for you every day. It's like
That is ridiculous,
that
by the way.
that mentality, where does it come from? It comes from reading texts like this. It's like, oh, the right thing to do would be to feed this person every day. That's what I'm going to do, even if it means I personally sacrifice, even if it means these people come into my home, take up my time. It's
I don't
like,
understand how that conversation even started. You just walked up to a random person and say, is there some Brahmins around here that can cook for us?
yeah, because in other places, like in Mysore, I used to do that. I don't know exactly
What'd
why I
you say?
approached the person that I did.
What do you
Sorry?
say? How did you
I said,
how did you start the conversation?
well, because
I'm
I'm walking
hungry.
up and
I'm a Brahmin and I'm
do
hungry.
you want to hear?
What does that mean to you?
I walk up, I'm dressed like a Brahmin. I got my dhoti on, I'm wearing a chadar. My wife is looking all proper, and we say we're looking for a place that Brahmins can eat, either a temple or sometimes there are restaurants where it's all Brahmin cooked. So we inquired from a person that looked like they might be able to help us with that. And then they said, no, I'll take care of this. So they thought, oh, look what Krishna has sent my way. That's what they were thinking, right? These people
Yeah.
came from the other side of the planet and they're so immersed in our culture and everything that they're looking for a place to eat that'll be suitable for them in sattvic and prasad. And Krishna brought them right to me. So let me take care of this. That's the way they think. We think like, oh God, I got so many things to do. No, come right into our home,
What would I say in such a occasion? Hi, I'm a struggling
got
Vaishnav.
Mara,
We're a
Mara can cook for
struggling
you.
Vaishnav who can't control his senses, who tends to overeat and spill things on his shirt. Where would I find such a place to eat? Dunkin' Donuts, get out of here.
Okay. So he said, I'm willing to dedicate my life, my possessions, because you've requested this of me. And in the last verse of the last chapter, it says Visvarupa, who was most liberal, and the word used there is udaradi, right? Udaradi, which I looked it up. It's used quite often in the Bhagavatam, this phrase.
Udaradi.
Yeah, it means like broad-minded, liberal-minded. Like it means you're not thinking in a very narrow. It's kind of the opposite of narrow-minded.
Okay.
Vishvarup, who was most liberal, he was Udaradi. He spoke to King Indra, the secret hymn that protected Indra and conquered the military power of the demons. And I believe, as I read this, why it's mentioning these things about Vishvarupa, that he was Udaradi. It's going to kind of contrast him with Indra's thinking. Indra's like, I'm a party man. Not party like go out and party, but party like we're the demigods. We're God's people. We need people to work for our team and against the other team. And Vishvarup doesn't think that way. He thinks, let me do the right thing no matter who it's for. And that's going to cost him his life. Because Indra's, when he does something nice for the opposite side, Indra's going to become it's not Udaradi, and he's going to be, and the fear in him will cause him to kill Vishvarupa. So this is something we're meant to kind of cultivate this. We're in anxiety without it. The more narrow that we think, the more that we think in terms of our little clan, the more that we cause anxiety for ourselves and others. So here we go. Now we're 15 verses into this chapter, and the Narayan Kavacha prayer, the incantation that Vishvarupa provided for Indra, we're beginning to hear about that, and it has a lot to do with protect me under these circumstances, dear Lord Vishnu, dear Lord Narayan, protect me under this circumstance, under that circumstance, protect me on the land, protect me in the sea, You know, those kind of things are being brought up. You know, and we can continue with it. But I'll tell you something. One more thing, Raghunath. One
What?
more thing. When I was reading this, you know, protect me under this circumstance, protect me under that. So protect me on the top of the mountains, protect me, you know, in the depths of the sea, protect me in this circumstance, protect me in that. You know what it reminded me of?
No.
From Bhagavatam. I mean, who was looking for, I
Lord
don't want to be
Shringadev.
killed this way? Well,
Yeah,
or
Lord.
not
Yeah.
Hiranyakashipu,
Hiranyakashipu.
right? He
Krishna
did
miracle. I
austerity.
just told that story today. That's
There you go.
crazy. You said it.
Crazy.
I said it. We both said it. We're
There you
brothers.
go. All right. So Baba Ganoush. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. Hiranyakashipu, who was like the ultimate demon, right? He was praying this way. He did all these austerities, and then he went to a demigod and he wanted to get these kind of benedictions, that I can't be killed on the land, that I can't be killed in the air, that I can't be killed during the day, that I can't be killed during the night. He was trying to, more or less, Indra, although he's on the other side, his mentality is, there's a similarity in the mentality, you know. There's still a materialism blended in. So although this is a prayer to Lord Narayan, to Lord Vishnu, it's still not pure bhakti. And in one sense, it's reminding us a little bit of the demons, even. Strange, right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good insight. Okay, this is text
Because
16.
I was gonna say one more insight related to
You
that.
keep going. You
Well,
exhaust. Empty your
it's just
cup,
that-
Kastuba.
is that we're gonna hear the demon that he's gonna fight is what's his name again? I forget it now. Vritrasura. And then later we're gonna hear about Vritrasura's past life, where he's King Chitraketu, and King Chitraketu is gonna get cursed by Mother Parvati to become a demon, and that's how he becomes Vritrasura. But when he's cursed, most people become upset. Most people become disturbed. Most people would fight back, say this isn't fair, would counter curse, would so many things.
I'd be upset.
Well, I would too. He accepted it, and he accepted his fate without any complaint, without any animosity, without any resentment. And then Lord Shiva turns to Parvati, and he says that very important verse, you know, that for the Narayana, what is it? Narayana parasarve nakutas chanya bibhiti svarga apavarga narkeshu apitulyartha darshana. That for the devotees, the real devotees of Lord Narayan, Narayana parasarve nakutas chanya bibhiti, they have no fear. Whether svarga, whether heavens, apavarga, liberation, or narkeshu, or even hell, apitulyartha darshana, they see it all equally.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah. Right. They're not praying for this and praying for that. Give me this. Don't give me that. Make sure I don't get killed this way. Make sure I don't get killed. They're like, it doesn't matter if I go to hell. It doesn't matter if I go to heaven. I'm yours under any circumstance. That's the attitude that Bhagavatam is trying to help us say, hey, everybody, that's what pure love looks like. That's the goal. That's the progression, the full evolution that we're meant. All of these teachings of yoga, all of these teachings, you know, of austerities, of mantra chanting, of study of shastra, of proper behavior, sadachara, all of this stuff, it's all meant to lead to pure love. And this is what pure love looks like. Right? So
and the real
not there.
serious Uttama Bhakta is really thinking, how can I do seva? How can I do seva? How can I do seva? Reminds me of the time the Bhakti Center, Radha Swami had the Bhakti Center help me move to New York City.
Oh yeah.
And I was living in New York City, and I had 4 little children at the time and a dog. And if anyone's ever moved apartments in New York City, it's the most horrible experience of your life, unless you have some movers doing it for you. Huh?
Mara, Vegan Trucker,
Mara
and
Vegan
Charles
Trucker
Wilson,
came
they
to
all
help
came
you.
to my aid.
Yes, and DC Dubs. So we had this thing where it's like, how am I supposed to move in a truck of stuff? Because first of all, you can't park the truck because that's illegal. Then you got to unload the stuff, and somebody's got to be sitting in the truck. Then you got to go up and down so many times and it's got to be on the right day in the right door. in an apartment building using the appropriate elevator, etc. And so the whole Bhakti Center came down, like 7 brahmacharis, and started doing it. And they were just like, Raghunath, you do nothing. You just sit down. We're going to do this for you. No problem. And I was like, and my wife is like, this is so embarrassing.
Who are
Raghunath,
these people?
go and help them. I was like, they don't want help. I
Go
offered
help
them. Go help them. And then I was like, she's like, at least give them some money. I was like, okay, I'll give them some money. And I was like, here's some money, you guys. And they were like, no,
Money.
Prabhu, this is seva. We want to do some seva. Don't offer us money. That's horrible. I was like, oh, what do I do now? And it's just like it's like you couldn't pay anyone. You couldn't pay me to want to like load someone's apartment. It's like, what a job. It's like the worst job ever. But whether it's a heavenly thing, like today was like heaven. We're singing in kirtan. We're losing our mind. You know, Nancy Rothman's breaking down in tears in front of the deities. She's offering her tears to the deities. People are dancing ridiculously. Ari has lost his material minds. He lost it, started dancing with the local men. It was a show to be seen. And it's sort of like, so that's like heaven. But then again, you got things like hell, like staying in a U-Haul truck, loading furniture up and down the stairs. It's like super New York City hot. And they're just like doing it with not only without complaining, they're singing. When's the last time you heard movers sing songs together? Like a bunch of like school children. That's what it was like.
It doesn't heaven or hell. It's all the same to the devotee.
Heaven or hell. Once you have bhakti, there is no hell. The bhakti yogis make hell into the spiritual realm. And you want me to serve in hell? Okay, that's great. There's service there? Yeah. Okay, come on. I'll go.
Exactly.
I'll sign me up.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Right.
And that's a good red
Excellent.
flag. If the devotees are saying, hey, can you render this service? And you're like, I don't like that service. Red flag. Your
It's not
train's
pure.
off the bhakti tracks.
Okay.
Right? Because I got some
Yeah.
service for you, my friend.
Yeah.
You got
You
some
got for
service
me?
for you. Yeah, I got
Where is it? What exactly is it?
some. I got to tell you.
Yeah, tell
But
me.
if you say
exactly what it
no,
is. I'm not
and
sure.
you're like Lord Indra. Just kidding.
Get anxiety. All right. So text 16, huh?
Text 16. Let's do this. May Lord Narayan protect me from unnecessarily following false religious systems and falling down from my duties due to madness. May the Lord in his appearance as Nara protect me from unnecessary pride. May
That's
Lord
another pitfall.
Dattatreya, the master of all mystic powers, protect me from falling while performing bhakti yoga. Always important.
Yep.
May Lord Kapila, the master of all good qualities, protect me from the material bondage of fruitive activities.
Okay.
May Sanat Kumar protect me from lusty desires. As I begin some auspicious activity, may Lord Haryagriva protect me from being an offender by neglecting to offer respectful obeisances to the Supreme Lord.
Well,
May
you know, that
Devarsh-
one's important because that's how he got in this mess in the first place, right? Like he didn't offer
Yep.
respects to his guru properly.
Yep.
Yeah.
May Devarshi Narada protect me from committing offenses and worshiping the deity. And may Lord Kurma, the tortoise, protect me from falling to the unlimited hellish planets.
Oh, you know what this reminds me of too, Raghunath? When I was reading this, I thought of something.
What?
You know, there's that phrase. You must be familiar with this phrase. Where people say, there, but for the grace of God, go I. You heard
What?
that before? You never heard that
There?
before? There, but for the grace of God, go I.
Go high?
You never
Go
heard
I.
this before? Go I.
Have you heard this, Mara?
Yeah, she's
I
heard
must
it.
have missed that. I
There,
skipped
but for the
school that
grace of
day.
God, go I. No, it means like if it wasn't for the grace of God, I'd be going right there where that other person is right now, right? If it
Okay,
you-
that's a good one.
you see someone in a really dark situation and you say there, but for the grace of God, go I would be right in their same shoes.
Yep. Yeah.
And
I
right?
hear that.
And it's kind of like he's predicting, you know, all these dark things that could happen, and he's saying there, but for the grace of Lord Narayan, I could easily end up.
Sure.
Right. So he's trying to cover all these bases. Yeah, it was a phrase. It's they think it may have originally been attributed to Saint Francis of Assisi.
I remember you and me sitting on the bank of the Ganga once when we were young men, praying
Right.
for the entire hardcore scene. we were thinking, how fortunate
Yeah.
are we that we're here in the Gunga? I mean, I knew you from
Right
Lower
back
East
there
Side,
now.
and here we're at the bank of the Gunga. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
There, for the grace of God, go we. Huh?
There by the grace of God. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me continue with this, Prabhu.
Okay.
I need some Bhagavatam in my skull today. Where are we?
This is all
May this-
Bhagavatam, Raghunath.
I know. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his incarnations as Dhanvantari relieve me from
Dhanvantari.
undesirable eatables
Oh yeah,
and protect me
that's
from physical illness.
especially if you're traveling around India. That can be important too. If you're eating,
Yeah, undesirable eatables.
you want to get the good
May
stuff.
Lord Rishabhadev, who conquered his inner and outer senses, protect me from fear produced by the duality of heat and cold. May Yagya protect me from defamation and harm from the populace.
Okay.
Yeah. And may Lord
yeah,
Balaram.
defamation and harm for the populace is nobody wants that.
No. And may Lord Balaram, as Shesha, protect me from the envious serpents.
That's
There's some
another thing
envious
that can
people
happen.
out there, Kastuba.
Yeah, I think serpents can mean both the actual serpents, literally as well as figuratively. Like people can be like snakes too, right?
Yeah, sure. Sure. Snake-like people. May the personality of Godhead in his
Easy there,
incarnation.
Don't
Huh?
get into don't get into reptile people. Just keep it going.
I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying there are reptile people, but all
not
I'm saying
saying
is there could be. You know why? Because I don't know everything.
Okay.
I don't know everything. I like to think I do oftentimes, but there's every chance there could be reptile people. I've only seen one planet, Kastuba. I've only lived on one planet, and therefore I have no idea what is out there.
You don't even know all that's on this planet.
We don't even no, we haven't even figured that out. Isn't that crazy? We've lived here for so long. We've done like scientific research for so long. We still there's things floating up on the seashores. They're like, we don't know what this thing is. We've never seen this thing, this jelly-like being. We're finding new species every year.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's these extinct species. That's very interesting too. Extinct species, which I don't know if anything can actually be extinct. I think it always has to live somewhere in some place. That's what I've heard in the Bhagavatam. Then there's things we think are extinct and we just don't see them.
Okay. But they're hiding out somewhere.
No, you just don't see them. Like the Michigan black leopard. They say they're out there. People say they see them. The northeastern cougar, Kastuba.
Yes, that's an excellent example.
Shall we continue?
We shall.
Or do
Text 19.
you want to go down my list of
we don't need
unexplained
the list.
phenomena?
You made the point.
Okay. May the
Text 19.
personality of Godhead in his incarnation as Vyasadeva protect me from all kinds of ignorance resulting from the absence of Vedic knowledge. This is a great chance to plug our new podcast that we've been listening to. There's a great podcast. What's it called? Stories from the Mahabharata? Stories from the Mahabharata. It's a free podcast, and me and Mary have been listening to it nonstop. And you can tell the guys stories of the Mahabharata. It's so good. And it's got like 20-minute sections, and it's these Indian guys doing it, and it's sort of dramatically read with some sound effects in the background. Super good.
You and I should do that, Raghunath.
Me, a dramatic reading together, you and me.
Yeah.
How about like I'll be Hiranyakashipu and you be Prahlad?
Okay.
What have you been learning in school, my boy? Tell me. Sit on my lap, Kastuba. Let me rub your head.
Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam. We could do it.
Oh.
Okay. Text 19.
All right, ready?
Continue. Now
Bring
let's
me
go
back,
to Lord
Miss
Buddha
Mary.
Dave. May Lord Buddha Dave.
May Lord Buddha Day protect me from the activities opposed to Vedic principles and from laziness that causes one to madly forget the Vedic principles of knowledge and ritualistic action. Oh, yeah, that's real. You can get lazy. And you say, what's this stupid stuff all about anyway? Who cares?
You need protection from that.
The next thing you know, you're back in Maya thinking, how'd I get here? Sometimes those little those little detours, those Maya detours, it's like, I'm just going to go to Maya a little bit, just for like a weekend. Sometimes that detour just keeps extending and you're like, 4 years later, you're like, wow, I'm in Maya. How did I get so low so quick?
There, but for the grace of God, go I, Raghunath.
Yep. May Kalki Dev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appeared as an incarnation to protect Dharma, religious principles, protect me from the dirt. I like this. The dirt of the age of Kali. Age of Kali is pretty dirty, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a dirty place, externally and internally.
Mm-hmm.
Then you hang out with these people at Jagdish Mandir, you're like, their minds, the things that they're thinking of, the things that we think of in the West, it's like, what
even
the hell?
architecturally, right, Raghunath? Like you're in the middle of the town, and there's this super high, like incredibly steep staircase that you have to climb. You're like, and you're ascending up to this carved marble temple. Even just like architecturally, you feel like I'm ascending, right, when you're climbing up.
Yeah.
Then you get up
I saw
there.
this guy doing it next to me. He was so old, and he just had like he didn't even have a cane. He had like some metal pole he found on the street. He's climbing up these stairs. The stairs are practically like a ladder, but he's just like, I must see Jagdish. I must see Jagdish. It's unbelievable.
And when you get up there, you're in a different state of mind. You're a bit above it all, literally and figuratively.
Okay. Yeah, that's too.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking about like the horrible people in the news doing horrible things. Like, what dark, demonic things are going through people's minds in Kali Yuga?
There, but for the grace of God, Raghunath.
You know what? Every time I talk, I want you to say that statement today. What do you say? Let's just keep this going for the whole show. May Lord Keshava protect me with his club in the first portion of the day. And may Govinda, who is always engaged in playing his flute, protect me in the second portion of the day. May Lord Narayan, who is equipped with all potencies, protect me in the third part of the day. And may Lord Vishnu carries a disc to kill his enemies, protect me in the fourth part of the day.
This is, it's karma, mishra, bhakti, right? It's all connected to God, and he's turning to God. And there's a sense of love and dependence that's real and that's genuine. But it's also protect me this way, protect me in the morning, protect me in the afternoon, protect me in the evening.
I don't know then, because part of me is like, so I'm going through some stuff. I'm going through some stuff with my kids. And I really care about my kids, and I'm not with my kids. And I'm feeling like, and I've been, every deity I see, I've been praying to, and I've been asking devotees to pray. Go to the Ganga, pray for me. And I'm going to the deities, pray, and basically pray that my kids, without me in their life on a regular basis, that they stay connected to God. And
that's different than praying, protect me from my enemies and crush and kill my enemies.
Well, he didn't say crush and kill my enemies. He said protect me.
He's going to say that. He's going to say all
okay,
this.
But I'm just saying, I'm praying. Maybe I should just not pray anything. Maybe I should just say, you know what, Krishna, you're wonderful. You're good. You're beautiful. Love your hair. Lotus eyes. You know what to do. I don't have to tell, right? I don't have to say, Mom, make me lunch. Make sure you make this. Mom knows what I like. You don't have to give her so many instructions.
No.
I'm just trying to figure out. Maybe I'm overthinking praying. Maybe I should just glorify Krishna.
Do you want to hear my response to that?
Yeah.
Okay. There, but for the grace of God. but when we talk, throw your lassi at the screen. but the grace of God, it follows in the wake of the grace of the devotee, right? God's mercy follows the devotee's mercy. The Krishna's heart is actually influenced by the merciful mood of the devotee. So when the devotee wants good to come to someone, then Krishna feels obliged to fulfill that desire. And so it's pure for you. It's pure bhakti for you to pray that way. Keep it up. Stick with that.
All righty.
All right. Okay.
May Lord Madhusudana, who carries a bow, very fearful for the demons, protect me during the fifth part of the day.
Fifth part.
In the evening, may Lord Madhava, appearing as Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar, protect me. And in the beginning of the night, may Lord Rishikesh protect me. At the dead of night, in the second or third parts of night, may Lord Padmanabha also protect me.
Okay.
May the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who bears the Srivatsa on his chest, protect me after midnight until the sky becomes pinkish.
Okay. And the
May
sun
Lord
comes up.
Janardhan, who carries a sword in his hand, protect me at the end of the night. During the last 4 gatikas of night. Isn't it interesting? There's different
Measurements.
time measurements.
Yeah.
Like, why did we pick seconds? Why did we pick minutes? Why do we pick hours? The Vedic thing is all different time measurements. I wonder what a Vedic watch would look like. Wouldn't that be interesting?
It's a different
It's
TTs
different.
on there. Yeah.
TTs. My TT hand is going too fast. My TT hand.
Okay. Easy there,
Okay.
big fella. There.
May
but
the
for
Supreme
grace of God.
Personality of Godhead, who bears the Srivatsa on his
Oh,
chest,
may Lord Damodar. Oh,
May
okay,
Lord
you read
May Lord Damodar protect me in the early morning, and may Lord Visvara protect me during the junctions of the day and night.
that. Even in
Set-
between, he's trying to cover all the bases. You know.
Yeah. Set into motion by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and wandering in all 4 directions, the disc of the Supreme Lord has sharp edges, as destructive as the fire of devastation at the end of the millennium. I can't even imagine what that must be like. The end of the fiery destruction of not the planet, the entire freaking universe. Imagine that. I guess
can't.
you're just like, I guess it's just sort of like, you can't even worry about it. It's like over quick, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Set into motion by the Spirit. Where am I? As a blazing fire burns dry grass to ashes with the assistance of the breeze, may that Sudarshan Chakra burn our enemies to ashes.
You see.
Yeah, I'm not praying for that. I'm not praying for that. I might be bad, but I'm not praying to
Maybe
burn
if
my
you're in his
enemies.
position, you would be, though. You know.
You know what? Maybe I would. Who am I? I think we all have the potential to do some really bad things if put in. No, I'm serious. Like, if we're put in that situation.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What? Don't you think?
America.
that's- Oh, these
America-
no, they're in the kitchen there. It's like there's like banging pots together.
Oh.
Maybe they're having a parade in the kitchen with O club in the hand of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you produce sparks of fire as powerful as thunderbolts, and you are extremely dear to the Lord. I am also a servant, therefore kindly help me pound to pieces the evil living beings known as the Kushmandas, the Vinayakas, the Yakshas, the Rakshashas, the Bhutas, and the Grahas. Are the Grahas the planets?
I don't know.
Please pulverize them. O best of the conch shells, O Panchajanya in the hands of the Lord, you're always filled with the breath of the Lord Krishna. It's nice to think of it like that. Therefore, you create fearful sound vibration that causes trembling in the hearts of enemies, like Rakshashas, Pramata ghosts, Pretas, Matas, Pishashas, and Brahmana ghosts with fearful eyes. Those are all different species of ghosts. Isn't that interesting? We don't only believe in ghosts, we believe in many different types of ghosts. Like, practically speaking, different species of ghosts. How interesting is that?
Amazing.
Come on, give me a little.
No, it is.
It is interesting.
It is interesting.
I
All
mean, you've
kind of-
heard this stuff for 35 plus years. If
some of these
people are new to
details
the
I just don't
show,
know.
people are like, oh, this is a good show about self-improvement. You should listen to it. And all of a sudden, these guys believe in ghosts? These guys believe in many ghosts?
All different varieties. I would have a better chance of believing someone if they could break down the different types of ghosts and the differences between them.
Oh, they can't. Garuda Purana. It's all there.
All right.
Ever read that scary book?
Garuda Purana?
Garuda Purana. All the
haven't.
different ghosts. Oh, Jiu-Jitsu now said, do you know how to break them down?
Oh, he's looking.
Oh. Jiu-Jitsu now's got his hand in the air. I was like, oh, he's read the book. He knows all about ghosts. I goes, "Do you know how to break down the ghost?" He goes, "No, I'm just blocking the sun with my hand." I thought he had I thought he was eagerly raising his hand to talk about ghosts with me. All right, forget it.
Okay.
What's we got? 26. We're
Holy
running out of time here.
Trembling in the hearts. Okay, yeah, 26.
The king of sharp-edged swords. You're engaged by the supreme personality of Godhead. Please cut the soldiers of my enemies to pieces. Please cut them to pieces. I say it again. O shield marked with a brilliant moon-like circles. Please cover the eyes of the sinful enemies. Pluck out their sinful eyes. Okay,
Ooh.
this prayer turned a little macabre.
Well, you know one thing though, Raghunath, about this prayer and the mood that he's in right now.
What?
There, but for the grace of God, Raghunath, go I.
Oh,
I could be right there saying, pluck their eyes out, pluck them out.
you know what? Yeah. There's been times where I would I want to kill this person. I want to actually
Okay.
off them. No one would know it. I've thought that thought.
You thought it? For
I
real?
thought it.
Like you really
Yeah,
wanted to kill
yeah.
someone?
Yeah, I
For
had
real?
turbo scenarios. I had turbo scenarios in my head of how I would do it, where I would be. Where Mara's like, what?
Yeah.
Come on, everyone's thought of murder once. No,
we haven't. No, Raghunath, no.
Okay, Kristen
No,
Rader
thank
says
you.
yes, and she's a nurse. It was a long time ago. She says, "Well, it was my first patient." Remind me not to go to what hospital do you work at again? Okay, no, you know what? Yes, thank you for being vulnerable and honest. Kristen also admits to wanting to murder a person.
Okay.
Okay,
How was she? What
Sarah,
was
I
her
think
plan?
you
Like
just-
what?
I think you just can't be vulnerable.
I wanted.
do have trouble sharing
Wh-
things publicly. You're right. That's also a shortcoming, but
What Raghunath?
Have you ever hated a person so much you wanted to actually plan a murder?
no, I haven't. I haven't
Raghunath,
turbo.
All right.
why don't you bring Christian over here and she can tell us what the plan was, like step by step.
Might involve the boat, might involve the motorboat, but let's stop there.
Okay.
All right. This is getting macabre itself.
I think we're
That's
done.
a word, right? Macabre. Okay.
Yeah, it's a word. I don't know if it fits in that sentence at all, but okay, yeah, we got to end on a more
Poor Mara, she's like,
uplifting
who have
note.
I got it mixed up with? I don't have those thoughts any longer. I'm a forgiving man.
Very good. There, but for the grace of God, we all go, Raghunath. There, but for the grace
Yes.
of God. Okay, Mara.
Jim was like, I've never had Dr. Dan Ripito, and he's a doctor. The doctor, remind me, Dr.
Well,
Dan.
I think that's why a lot of people become doctors. You know, that power of life and death, that kind of thing.
Maybe. Nice.
Raghunath's caught up
fantasy of
in the
violence.
chat.
Oh my
board
God,
there.
that drove a lot of interest on the message board there. Okay. A lot of,
Mara, any takeaways today?
please, Mara, get me out of this murderous mood.
Want bhakti? Come to Rajasthan.
There you
Yep. Yep.
We're missing out on the map for Dharma.
Yep.
go. Mhm.
Indra divides on party lines.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
party spirit.
Don't let fear make you narrow-minded.
Mhm.
Nope.
I
All
got-
the
I got a-
rituals. Oh,
I
what
got
you
an
got?
and.
Oh, you do? Okay, good. All the rituals are meant to lead to pure love.
Yep. Yeah, that's what. What was that? What was that?
Yesterday's.
Oh, that was
It's like
today.
a
we
lot
talked
of
about that.
days, but sometimes the takeaway is good for multiple shows.
I talked about that.
Real devotees are ready to serve in heaven or in hell or in New York City street parking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That was a good story. Raghunath. It illustrated the point well.
Beware extended Maya detours.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There, but for the grace of God go I.
That's right.
There.
But for the grace
We're
of
gonna
God.
trying to figure that one there. I don't know grammatically how it works.
I don't understand it myself.
Over there, I would be there if it wasn't for the grace of God. I'd be just like that other person.
I get what it
right?
means. I just can't remember the word order.
Oh,
There,
okay.
but for
There.
thy oust, oust thy, in thine eye.
Phi.
Phi. I'm gonna start saying phi more.
Okay.
Do thou art, O Raghu. Do art thou, Raghu. Doth thou. Anyway.
God's mercy follows the devotees' mercy.
That's right.
I'm talking to the mic.
Sorry. And
And
Stuba.
oh,
Did you have
I
one?
thought mine was and Raghunath's camel hump has run dry.
Not funny.
Okay.
How about don't murder people and don't think about it either. Don't think about murdering people. Forgive them, love them.
There's every chance there could be reptile people.
There's every chance. I'm not saying there is, but there could be. Why not? I think the supreme absolute truth is a blue cowherd boy. Right? If I believe in
Were
that,
you
why can't
offended
it
what
be?
I said about the camel thing?
I
Forgive
wasn't.
me, Raghu.
No, I take no offense.
You sure?
But poor Mara.
A little bit.
Poor Mara's
Maybe just
like,
a little bit.
who have I got it mixed up with? A murderous, thirsty,
Camel.
murderous man.
Camel.
I'll tell you about my murderous thoughts later, Mara. If you
I wanna
tell
hear the
anyone
whole
else
plan.
about them.
I want to hear the whole plan step by step, like it was a true crime podcast.
It was a tough time.
It was a
It was
tough
a
time.
tough time. It was a tough time. But my point was that we all have a deep darkness within us that could manifest if the
The situation arose.
situation presented itself.
So you're saying Mara could become murderous, like even tonight, if the situation presented itself.
If something got desperate, who knows?
Like if
Who
there's
knows?
not enough food to go around.
Yeah, I think that would take a few days before Mara lost it like that. But anything, you could be in a life and death situation, and let's not even go there. But I could think of a lot.